Wonder Murmur, where whispers weave the heart.
Hello, little hearts. A new whisper begins. In a village nestled among rolling green hills, where the cobblestone paths were polished by morning dew, a family of little goats lived in a cozy, sun-drenched cottage. This autumn morning was special. The air was crisp. The leaves were a symphony of gold and crimson. And it was the very first day of school. The little goats, their new backpacks bouncing, chattered with an excitement that bubbled over like a freshly opened bottle of soda. Hooray, squealed the youngest, a curious little goat named Pip, whose eyes held the wonder of 1,000 questions. I can't wait to show everyone my drawings in art class. His siblings laughed, their joyous bleats echoing in the crisp air. They trotted together, a happy cluster of white fur and clicking hooves. But as they neared the old stone bridge that marked the edge of the village, Pip suddenly stopped. A knot of pure panic tightened in his small tummy. He patted his backpack, then his pockets, his little face a mask of dismay. "My sketchbook!" he gasped. "I left my new sketchbook at home. The one with all my drawings of flying goats. You go on without me," he urged his siblings. "I promise I'll be quick. I'll meet you at the school gate." Reluctantly, his siblings, swept up in the thrill of the day, continued on. Pip, feeling a tiny flutter of fear at being alone, turned and trotted back down the path, his mind set on his precious book of dreams. Meanwhile, deeper in the whispering woods, a shadow stirred. Fenrir, the great wolf, was hungry, but his was a hunger for more than food. It was a hunger for sport, for the thrill of a clever hunt. He prowled through the trees, his eyes a cold, calculating yellow. He saw a lone figure on the path, a baby goat, separated from the herd. A sly grin stretched across his face, his sharp teeth glinting. "Well now," he whispered to himself, "this one isn't just a meal. This one is a dreamer." He had seen the little goat before, always staring at the birds, sketching in his book. The wolf knew he couldn't just chase this one. He needed a trap not for the body, but for the heart. With practiced cunning, he broke a gnarled branch, shaping 2 crooked antennae. He tore a pair of large, iridescent fern leaves and attached them to his back like shimmering wings. He hid his sharp claws behind him and waited. Pip was just about to turn into his front yard when he saw the strange, large creature. His heart hammered against his ribs. The long nose, the pointed ears. A wolf. "Oh no! You're the wolf!" he cried, stumbling backward. "Help! Hush, little one!" the wolf purred, his voice a low, hypnotic rumble. He fluttered his leafy wings. "Do I look like a wolf? I saw you watching the sky, little dreamer. I am like you. I am a butterfly." Pip hesitated, his fear warring with his fascination. He saw the wolf's long black tail flicking behind him. "But butterflies don't have tails like that," he stammered. The wolf's smile was practiced and kind. "Ah, but you have never seen a king butterfly before. Our tails help us steer through the cosmic winds. And our wings," he gestured with a leafy fern, "are for more than just flying. They are for finding little dreamers like you." Pip's innocent heart soared. A king butterfly. And he knew Pip was a dreamer. "Wow," he breathed. "You're real. As real as the dreams in your sketchbook," Fenrir said smoothly. "My home is a magical place, the cave of whispering winds. where all creatures learn the secret of flight. Come, I will show you an adventure. Just for a little while, Pip's mind raced. An adventure. The cave of whispering winds. He could learn to fly. He would be the first flying goat. The thought of his classmates' astonished faces was an irresistible pull. But school, he whispered, his resolve crumbling. School teaches you about the world that is. The wolf's voice dripped with false sweetness. I will teach you about the world that could be. A short visit and you will return a hero. That was all Pip needed. Okay, he said, his heart alight. Let's go. And so, Fenrir led the little goat deeper into the woods. As they walked, Pip, full of excitement, asked, King Butterfly, if you can fly, why are we walking? The wolf sighed, a sound of theatrical greatness. My wings are so powerful, little one, that a single flap could stir up a hurricane. I walk on the ground out of kindness, so as not to frighten the little creatures below. The excuse was so grand, so noble, that Pip believed it instantly. As they ventured into the heart of the forest, a search party was already underway. Pip's siblings, worried, had told their teacher, a wise old ewe named Professor Elara. Her kind eyes grew serious as she followed the children back down the path. She saw the tracks in the mud. These are a wolf's prints, she said softly. But look, a torn fern leaf here, a broken twig there. This wolf was wearing a disguise. He is not just hungry, he is clever. Her mind, a brilliant tapestry of plans, began to weave a solution. Children, she said, her voice calm but firm, we must be cleverer. Inside the dark, musty cave, Pip's dream dissolved into a nightmare. The wolf had dropped his disguise and now loomed over him, his jaws open, his eyes full of a chilling hunger. Did you really think a goat could have wings? The wolf snarled. Your dreams, little one, will be my dinner. Pip finally saw him for what he was. You are the big bad wolf, he screamed, his voice a terrified shriek. Help me! Just then, from outside the cave, a chorus of joyous bleats and songs erupted. Aha! The wolf growled, his attention instantly diverted. The rest of the flock has come to join the feast. Greed is a wonderful thing. He lunged toward the cave entrance, but he didn't get far. A glistening, nearly invisible thread, stretched taut between two rocks, caught him by the ankles. It was a net of sticky resin threads from the pine trees, a project from Professor Elara's art class. The wolf spun and tumbled, a mass of angry fur ensnared in an unbreakable glittering web. He roared in fury, struggling madly before breaking free and disappearing into the woods, his angry howls echoing in the distance. Pip, trembling, ran into the arms of his teacher and siblings. He cried not from fear, but from a great rush of shame and gratitude. Thank you for saving me. He told me I could learn to fly. I was so foolish. Professor Elara knelt and hugged him. Pip, she said gently, a butterfly's gift is to fly. A bird's gift is to sing. Your gift, little one, is a heart that loves and a mind that dreams. Do not wish for another's wings when you have a world to discover with your own 2 feet. That is your true magic. Pip's siblings hugged him tightly, and together, in the warm glow of the setting sun, they walked back to the village. The forgotten sketchbook no longer seemed important. Pip knew now that the greatest adventures weren't found in wanting to be someone else, but in the courage to be exactly who you are, surrounded by the family that loves you. And that was a lesson more wonderful than learning to fly.
Wonder murmur, the story departs, yet the whisper imparts.